Okay, let's begin in a comfortable seated position. If you find you have any tension in your knees or in your hips, if you have anything to elevate your hips so that they're resting above the knees, it might help to bring some relief and just to allow you to be here and enjoy this space that you are about to create, to allow all the events that have brought you to this moment right now, allow them to come into your mind, visualize them, even take note of how you're currently feeling in response to all of these actions, and allow them to just move on by. So allowing this practice being the observer of these thoughts, not taking any ownership into thinking they are a part of you, just allowing them to be a moment that comes and a moment that goes. And here you are now with your eyes closed, just taking note of where your body is currently landed in your seated position. Making a point to grow your spine long, so you relax your shoulders away from your ears. Feeling the effects of your heart. How is it currently beating? And can you soften your hips and knees so that they fall a bit closer towards your mat? All while keeping your navel nice and engaged, not allowing it to fall forward, not allowing any weight to fall into your lower back. Taking note now of your breath, just finding this nice flow of breathing in through your nose and breathing out. Just finding a pace that can allow you to focus on the breath and only the breath. And let us begin to invite some control by evening out the inhales and the exhales. So let's begin with shorter inhales and exhales into a count of 4. Let's do 2 rounds of this to begin, taking a comfortable breath in and a comfortable breath out. And we'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just notice how you caught your breath back up. Just allow the effects to settle in. And we'll lengthen this breath by 2 more counts. So coming into a count of 6. When you are ready, take a comfortable breath in and out. And we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just let yourself come into a comfortable state with your breathing. Check back in with your physical body. What has changed? How has your heart responded to controlling your breath in this way? Let us begin just to invite a bit of movement into the body. So with your next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the bottom of your ears and begin to roll them back. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Let the exhale roll. Inhale and roll. Let's go 3 times in the opposite direction. Seeing if you can use your breath to correspond with this motion. Last round. And let's keep the left shoulder stable and just rotate the right. 3 times forward. See if you can keep your eyes nice and soft. And 3 times the opposite direction. Only moving your right shoulder. Keeping the spine long. Relax the right shoulder now. And 3 times forward with the left. You can keep this to be a nice slow motion. Rotate backwards now. And relax both of the shoulders and just take a nice deep inhale as you bring the shoulders up to the bottom of your ears. Create a bit of tension in the body. Exhale, just soften and relax. 2 more times like this. Inhale, lift. And exhale, relax. With your next inhale, let's take wide spread arms, palms together here. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Let's do this 1 more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Let's stay for our breath, just slightly drawing into the hands, softening the shoulders. Just establish a nice steady gaze, peeking beneath the lids. Try to maintain nice soft eyes throughout your practice today to refrain from your mind from wandering. Completing your next exhale, with your next inhale, begin to take wide spread arms, but this time as you exhale, release the left hand, reach through the fingertips of your right. Use your inhale to energize the right fingertips as you open the right side body. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, soften the body. Find this rhythm. Last breath. And let's engage the navel towards the spine. Inhale, bring everything in through center. Exhale towards the right now. Inhale, energize the fingertips. Exhale, relax. Inhale, engage the left arm now. Exhale, soften the body. So find these subtle movements. Last breath. Use your inhale to draw everything in through center. Exhale, hands behind the back. Let's interlace the fingers. So you descend the hands away, open up the heart, and squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Take a nice deep breath in, expand the chest. Exhale, pulling your navel as you fall forward. Keep drawing the hands away from your lower back, and just establish the chin remaining neutral to your chest. Let's take a breath in here, lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head away. And as you exhale, play around with taking the hands a bit further away from the lower back. Find a nice soft bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending. And let's hold it here. Just notice the chest. If you're caving in, try and open it up slightly. Your hands, as a result, may come a bit closer towards the back. Last breath, softening the face. Inhale, rise up. And release the hands, just shake out the wrists. And let's take a nice deep inhale, rise the arms up, keep them shoulder width apart. And as you exhale, let's make our way into tabletop. Releasing the knees, finding the knees to be hip width, and the hands to rest just underneath the shoulders. The index finger here is in line with the long edge of your mat. We'll find a few cat-cows. Let's stay for an inhale on our flat back. As you exhale, let's establish pushing into the hands, pulling in the belly as you round the back and drop the head. Inhale, come in through your cow as you lower the belly, drawing the hands towards you to help you open up your chest. 2 more rounds like this. Your exhale, you round. Your inhale, you lower. So using the breath to make the motion happen. Last round, exhale. And inhale. Your next breath in, come in through neutral spine, tuck the toes, and let's lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees out. Feel free to make some movement in your down dog here. Finding a position where you can remain in a moment of stillness. So let's establish pulling in the navel once again, knitting in the rib cage. So you're allowing your back to be nice and contained. Let's let the head be nice and heavy as you peek between your thighs. And continue to find this motion of lifting your hips up and back. Find your breath here as you hold the shape, inhaling deeply. And exhaling as long as is available to you. One more breath. Big inhale. And long exhale. Come into a standing forward fold. Inhale, look forward. With your exhale, let's slowly begin to walk the feet towards the hands. Your inhale will bring you up halfway. Try to find a flat back. Exhale, settle in, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, let's take wide spread arms as you rise to standing, palms together at the top. Exhale, hands down through heart center, release them alongside the body, Swamasthiti. Give yourself a breath here in your standing position to check in with your heart once again. Check in with the softness of your face and the weight in your feet. How grounded are you? And let's find 3 half sun salutations here. Using our breath, let's find those counts of 4 as we inhale and exhale. So when you are ready, let's take a comfortable breath in and out. And we'll inhale, rise the arms widespread. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, wide spread arms. Keep pulling in the navel as you rise, palms together. Exhale, hands down through heart center, Swamasthiti. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, wide spread arms. Back is nice and flat. Exhale, Swamasthiti. Maybe try this round with eyes closed. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Head is heavy. Inhale, wide spread arms. Palms together here. Exhale, hands down through heart center and take a moment in your Swamasthiti. Just notice the breath. Notice the weight in your feet. Notice your heart. And just allow the face once again to soften. We're going to make our way into a warrior one. So with the left foot, come onto the ball of the big toe. Just step the left foot back, let the heel draw in slightly. Bend into the right knee. Taking the right hip back, left hip forward, but maintain a nice bend in the right knee so that when you look down, all you see is your big toe. Establish drawing back through the left heel, and we'll inhale, rise the arms up. Stay grounded with the feet. Arms are either shoulder width apart, or you can bring the palms together here as you gaze towards the thumbs. Just notice where your arms are and see if you can bring them towards the ears. Reaching up through the fingertips as you ground down into your feet. Let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Find that grounding sensation. 2 more breaths. Inhale, energize the fingertips. Exhale, ground into your feet. Last round. Inhale. And exhale as you ground into the feet. Bring the hands back down through heart center. Come into Trikonasana. So let's take the hands into a T as we face the long edge of your mat. Keep the right leg nice and straight. Hands towards the hips here to bring the right hip back and the left hip slightly forward. Hands come in through a T. Inhale once again as you reach forward. Bring the right hip back with it. Exhale, lower to the inner thigh or shin, rising the left arm up. You can lift the gaze towards the lifted hand or look down. Just finding the twist here in the lower abdomen so you can help by bringing the left hip back towards the short edge of your mat. If you can move deeper in your twist, maybe twist through the chest. Just notice what's happened to your breath and begin to look down. As you inhale, just rise back up. Release the hands. Let's step the left foot to meet the right at the top of your mat. Give yourself a moment in your standing position. Give yourself this moment to come back into being aware of your heart, of the change in your breath, of the softness in your eyes and face. Let's find a nice smooth inhale and a long exhale. And let's do the opposite side now, coming on to the big toe of the right. Step the right foot back, heel draws in slightly. Left hip comes back now as you bend into the left knee. Right hip comes forward as you push into the pinky toe edge of the foot. Looking down to ensure the knee is finding this external rotation. Spine is nice and long. Inhale, rise the arms up. Find the position with the arms that works for you. If you can, take the gaze towards the thumbs. Soften your gaze, and let's inhale, energize the fingertips. Exhale, push into your feet. Find a bit of a flex in the left quad. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, maybe now flex the right glute as you push down. Last breath, big inhale. Keep the eyes nice and soft. And a long exhale as you bring the hands down through heart center. Let's make our way to Trikonasana. Release the hands, straighten the left leg. Bring the hands into a T. As you draw the left hip back, let's lean forward. Lower to the inner thigh or shin, twisting so that you're facing the long edge of your mat, either gazing at the palm or looking down. Just notice if your balance is at all affected, and let's settle into a twist from the navel and then the chest. Find the breath, take an inhale, and we'll look down, rising back up into a T. Release the hands, step the right foot to meet the left. 2 breaths here. Giving yourself this time in stillness in your Samasthiti. We'll make our way into a sun salutation, finding an inhale, using the exhale to ground into the feet. Inhale, wide spread arms. Let's rise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, and let's hold it here for a moment. Just let the head be nice and heavy. Feel free to give it a nod yes and no just to loosen it up. Play around with the placement of your hands. Maybe even grab hold of the elbows if your balance is nice and steady today. Make sure your head is nice and relaxed to encourage the rest of your torso to dangle over the thighs. If you want to invite a bit of movement from side to side here, maybe play around with this idea. And we'll slowly come back in through center. Just releasing the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower the hands onto your mat. And let's step the feet back, hip width apart into a plank. Take an inhale here. Find a nice strong long line from the heels to the crown. And we'll just relax the knees now to the mat. Pulling in the navel, pushing into the hands, inhaling deeply. Exhale, let's bend the elbows so that the eyes of the elbows are pointing straight forward, lowering chest and belly. Inhale, let's just lift up the heart. Exhale, let's lower the chest and belly back down. Keep the chin neutral to the chest. Inhale, push into the hands, just lift the heart. Exhale, peel the belly back down. Just one more time like this. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Keep the eyes soft. Let's make our way into a downward dog, pushing into the hands, and come all the way back to lifting the hips up and back. Stay here for just a breath to take a nice smooth inhale. Don't be too worried about how it's landed. Just take note of the breath. And we'll make our way now into child's pose, releasing the knees either together or mat width apart. Just allowing the big toes to touch to complete this circuit in the body. Let's begin by just walking the hands out in front of us. Create a bit of length in the spine, and then we can drop the head towards the chest. Maybe allowing it to reach the mat where the forehead and hairline meet, and readjusting your hands, either keeping them out in front of you or taking them alongside your body. And giving yourself a moment's rest here. It's time to be in complete stillness. A moment to retreat. And to be aware of what is going on with your physical self. And how the shape begins to change. Perhaps becoming more relaxed or more aware of what you are feeling. Take note of the weight of your head into your mat or moving towards your mat. Take note of the belly making contact with your thighs. give yourself a moment here to take a few deep breaths, just on your own. Don't worry about the length, the quality. Just finding this intuitive knowing, this intuitive knowledge. And from here, let's slowly release, taking your time to take the hands back onto your mat. Make your way into a tabletop. Find a few cat and cows here, rounding the back and lowering the belly. Just move freely here to invite this motion back in through your body to help reset your spine. We're going to come back into neutral tabletop just to release the legs out in front of you and come to lay completely flat on your back. So the legs should be about mat width apart as you roll the spine onto your mat. Let's find the hands alongside the body and just taking a moment here to check back in with your physical self. So where have you landed your body? What adjustments are you making to find a bit more comfort? And how is your heart currently responding? And how has your breath changed? Try to find a bit of heaviness in your eyes. And take note of your back making contact with your mat, with the earth beneath you. Let us begin to find a bit more length in our breath, inhaling deeply until you can no longer inhale. Slow down your exhale as you release, making it as long as you can. Do this one more time. Inhale to your full capacity. Continue as much as you can, and slow your exhale down, not allowing it to rush away from you too quickly. Now just taking comfortable breaths. We'll begin here just to bend the knees. Draw the right arm up overhead. Roll to the right side of your body and begin to push yourself up into a seated position. Keep the legs extended out in front of you so that we can come into a forward fold. So finding a nice long spine, maybe take the inner thighs down, outer thighs up to create a bit of space. Inhale, rise the arms up. Bring them towards the sides of the ear as you open up the chest. You can allow a nice bend in your knees or try to keep them nice and straight, but just make sure the feet are flexed. Take the inhale, energize the fingertips. Take the exhale, find your hinge forward with a flat back. So once you come into a space where you can no longer move any further without compromising the flex in the feet, you can begin to release the hands and drop the head. If the feet are available, you can grab hold of the big toes or maybe the sides of the feet, or just let the hands fall wherever works for you. So let's take a moment to readjust your body in very subtle ways. So allowing the belly to pull in. This is always going to help in protecting your lower back. Find a subtle lift in your heart to encourage the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Your head can remain heavy. Pushing down in through the back of your heels and out through the balls of your big toe. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath. Inhale and exhale. Just allow yourself to be here without focusing on the breath. Feel free to let the body relax completely, so not inviting any subtle movement. Going to slowly release. Come up halfway. Keep the eyes soft if you can as you release yourself completely. Let's come into butterfly, just taking the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall away. If you have any support you want to place underneath the knees, that is always an option. Wherever you land, just take a moment to open up the heart, expand the chest, and really find the shoulder blades squeezing into each other to encourage this lift. With your inhale, keep the chin neutral to the chest. As you exhale, come forward. Reach the chin in towards the heels. So you might be here. For others, you might be a bit deeper. If you can take the hands towards the tops of the feet, place them there. And once you've allowed yourself to find your fullest extension, you can begin to just drop the head and find a bit more relaxation in the posture. Being very mindful of not overdoing it in your lower back. So keep the navel nice and engaged. Play around with moving deeper if you wish, maybe shimmying the feet forward or closer towards the groin. We're allowing this to be a nice passive posture, a nice restorative moment. Be aware of the breath. If you find the mind goes to places that you aren't necessarily thinking about, practice observing that. Just watch it, name it, let it change and pass. Give yourself a couple rounds of deep breathing, inhaling to your fullest extent, and exhale. Slow it down. Try to control that. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Slow and steady. Giving yourself a moment here to completely release the body, allowing it to be at its heaviest state. And we'll slowly find our way out of the posture, slowly taking an inhale to come up halfway, find a flat back. You release yourself, bring the knees into each other, and just come to rest on your hands behind the hips. Feet are about mat width apart, if not wider, and just allow them to give a bit of a windshield wiper from side to side. Giving the outer hips here a nice gentle stretch. Enjoying seeing with the eyes a bit more open until you can bring them back to a nice soft state. Let's come in through center. Take the legs back out in front of you so that you can come back to laying flat on your back. Hands alongside the body, and let's bend both knees in through the chest, giving yourself just a bit of a bear hug here. See if you can lift the tailbone off the mat, allowing the lower back to make as much contact as it can. Just holding it here, just allow the chin to slightly tuck into the chest so the back, the neck is nice and long. Keeping the knees nice and tucked in. Let's take a nice deep inhale and a slow exhale. Inhale, allow the body to expand. And exhale, feeling the body beginning to contract. Give yourself some comfortable breaths here on your own. And let's keep the right knee into the chest and just lower the left foot onto the mat. If you'd like to go deeper here, you can straighten the left leg. Just give yourself a moment to soften the body here. Give the right knee a bit of a sway from side to side as you hold it into the side body. Let's release the hands alongside the body. Just straighten the leg as you point through the toe and lower the leg back down. When you are ready, we'll bend both knees back and through the chest. Give yourself a little bear hug. This time, just give a bit of a rock from side to side in your lower back. And we'll pause here. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale slowly. Left knee stays pulling in, lower the right foot. Draw the left knee a bit closer in. Maybe straighten the right leg if that's available. And give the left knee a bit of a sway from side to side. And we'll pause here, release the hands, straighten the left leg, point through the toes, then lower the left leg back down. Bend both knees back and through the chest, nice bear hug. This time, let's find a bit of small circles in your lower back. And let's go in the opposite direction now for balance. We'll come into a supine twist here, keeping the knees bent. Take the hands into a T. Keep the shoulders nice and grounded and just let the knees fall to the left. Notice any crinks or cracks in your spine. See if you can keep a nice subtle lift in your chest, keeping the right shoulder grounded here. You begin to invite softness into your body. Just allow your jaw to soften and part, and the cheeks to melt. And encourage yourself to breathe a bit deeper. We'll slowly move out of this to the opposite side. Inhaling, pull in the navel. Take the knees in through center. And exhale, let them fall to the opposite side. Notice how your spine adjusts. Keep the heart subtly lifted as you ground the shoulders and deeply inhale and exhale. giving time for this to fall and settle completely. Are you holding your jaw? Can you allow it to soften? Can you smooth out the forehead? And we'll bring the knees in through center as you draw the navel in, giving yourself one last bear hug. And we'll take the right arm back over the head, roll to the right side, rise up in through seated, and let's prepare ourselves for Shavasana. Walking the legs about mat width apart. Let the toes fall away from each other. Slowly begin to roll the spine onto your mat. Keep the shoulders and head lifted at first. Take the right arm to wrap around as if we're hugging a big tree. The left will complete this hug. The hands come behind your head to tuck the chin into the chest. Roll the rest of your body onto the mat. Back of the neck is nice and long. Hands alongside the body, palms face the ceiling. Just allow yourself to be here without finding any urge to move. Testing yourself in this way. Being okay with where you have landed. And allowing your eyes to become heavy as they fall into your scalp. And the cheeks melt away from your face. And the jaw begins to slightly part once again. Before you let go of your physical self for a moment, just imagine coming out through the crown of your head is this beam of white light. Imagine it surrounding your entire body, giving you warmth, and most importantly, giving you protection so that you may just be. When you are ready, opening the eyes to see the world that surrounds you, finding a bit of movement in the toes and fingers, deepening the breath for a moment, beginning to bend your knees. So you draw the right arm back up over the head, roll to the right side, either remaining here for a moment, enjoying this heaviness that you have created in your body, this relaxation. Slowly beginning to push yourself back into a seated position. This time bringing the palms together towards heart center as you bow towards your fingertips. Give yourself this time to honor this practice of yoga and your journey along its path. Please join me in Om, followed by an Aum to close. When you are ready, inhaling deeply. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.